Everybody, apologize late arriving here with some last minute preparations. Excited to see you all on the call this morning, and we are going to get this thing kicked off. Let's get some leaderboards going. Guys, this is going to be a great call, some great content today. You're looking at the screen. If you see that you are missing some people that should be on this call, shoot them a text right now. Tell them to get on the call. We're going to have some great content, some things that are going to blow up this agency. And you guys, you definitely want to tap into this. It's going to be huge. So appreciate you all being on this morning. Let's get to some leaderboards. We've got top 10. John Gale had one application, $1,626 direct to Julia Pappas. We had Julia Pappas herself, one application, $1,802 direct to myself. Talbot Young, two applications, $1,941 direct to Brett Applin, excuse me. We had Greg Shapiro, two applications, $2,049 direct to myself. Mr. Spencer Cushion, four applications, $2,916 direct to myself. Jennifer Baker, six applications. She actually had app count lead this week, so congratulations, Jennifer, for writing the most apps. $4,042 direct to Brett Applin. I'll get that straight sooner or later, Brett. Don't worry about it. Mr. Jeremiah Nolen had two applications, $4,340 direct to myself. Brett, number three, Brett Applin, five applications, $5,082 direct to Jon Paul Vetter. The man himself, Mr. Jon Paul Vetter, had three applications, $6,666 direct to myself. Number one, writing agent for the week, Miss Stella Dinwiddie, had five applications, $7,882 direct to myself. Congratulations, Stella, leading the team this week on APV, and a great week it was at that. So that's exciting. It's a great job, guys. If you're in a place to join us on the camera, turn your cameras on. The little button bottom left. We're going to get an opportunity to do some training today. So before the call's over, we'll also have a little Q&A time. And so this is a good chance to interact back and forth together. So make sure you take advantage of this opportunity. If you are out and about and you're going to be walking a lot, or your camera's going to be jumping all over the place, we would ask that you go ahead and keep that camera off. But other than that, everybody jump on and join us on screen here. Okay, I'm going to move announcements to a little bit later. We've got a few things to go over there. Guys, again, one of the things that I was excited about for this call this morning is we, the neat thing about this system is the way that all the teams work together. And so as you're looking around the Symmetry Financial Group, there's a lot of agencies out there. And, we all kind of play on the same field in the same system, but we have, there are certain things that people do or come up with that, take this already well-performing system, make just a little tweak or twist on it, and get even better results. And sometimes it's the simplest things that are the best and the most effective. And Jeremiah came across one of these things that another team was doing here about a week and a half ago. He sent me an email and said, "Hey, you got to check this out. This stuff's pretty cool and a simple way to build a business." And guys, that's the thing about this, is that the easier we can keep this, the simpler that we can keep this. Number one, the easier it is on you. Number two, the easier it is to duplicate that process. And you'll find duplication is key in this business. That's how these teams grow. We bring on people. We train them the same way that we came up, and it is it's really kind of cool to see this process play out as we grow. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Mr. Jeremiah Nolen this morning. Again, he was the one who brought this training on recruiting, watching it on Miranda Martin's recorded team call. But it was actually an interview with Mr. Kyle Cambrell. And for those of you who had a chance to jump on the Pogue Builders call, you've got a preview of some of what Jeremiah's going to be sharing today. But we were really excited to see, what Kyle was able to do in just a very short period of time. But I'm not going to steal any of Jeremiah's thunder. Jeremiah, I'm going to go ahead and let you jump on and run with the call.
Great. Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Got you loud and clear.
All right. So you have to bear with me here. I'm in a different location using my phone. I've got a sick son who's asleep in the living room, and my wife had a dental procedure yesterday, so she's swole up and sick and not feeling good either. So I'm having to take care of them. So just bear with me here. But really glad to be able to jump on here and share, guys. I just posted in the chat the link to the recorded call yesterday. So anything you get from me, just go and get it from the source. That's what's important here. And then with Symmetry is we've got so many great people. We're just, it's a copycat business. Okay. But I ran across this and I just couldn't believe how simple it was, because, I coming out of the Leaders Summit, one thing that I had not done, just full disclosure, I'd not done a good job sharing this opportunity with my warm market people that I know and familiar with. I'd done some, just definitely not enough. And so I was coming out of the summit and really, Chris, if you recall, I was thinking, like, how do I approach these people now? Like, I've been here 3 years, now what do I say now? It was easy. It's very easy for a brand new person. Hey, I'm just starting this new company, just get started, but I think this might be something you should look at. That's a very simple process. But here, I've been here 3 years. Like, what am I going? How do I approach it? I just happened to come across this warm market, recruiting process that Miranda and John Ziller had, and it was with Kyle Cambrell. Kyle built he's the fastest 110 ever in history at this point. He got to 110 in 1 year, built a $6 million agency in a year. And it was all from warm market. Now, it wasn't all his warm market. It was his warm market and then their warm market and their warm market. It's duplication. And so I listened to the call, and I was blown away at how simple, but how brilliant and how much sense that it made. So it's a very simple process that everybody on this call, regardless of how new you are, whether you're licensed, whether you're not, whether you've been here a day or a year or I think Chris would be the longest 4 years, whatever the case is, it's a very simple process that we all can follow, because here's the reality. Whether or not, you have quote unquote been successful yet or not, depending on whatever success means to you, whether you have gotten this thing figured out, it works. It works. It's proven. There's no doubt. We cannot doubt that the process and the system works. And so it's selfish for us to not share it with people. Okay. And, just because it may take you a little bit longer doesn't mean it will take someone else. And so don't feel like you've got to get it figured out first. You can talk to any builder, any top 110, any equity partner, and every one of them, if you ask them what's their number one regret, well, I say any one of them, most of them, some people started, the day one. You heard, if you were at the Leaders Summit, you heard several of those, but most people waited, and their regret is they waited too long. They wish they would have started sooner. So this is a very simple process. It doesn't cost you any money. It costs you very little time. Okay. And, and we all say the speed of trust, it comes quicker with people that we already know. And so it's a very simple process. Step one is send a text message. Okay. Look through your phone contacts. I would encourage you to not try to determine, who would be interested and who wouldn't. Um, Other than there is, think about who you want to be in business with. If you wouldn't want to be in business with that person, then I wouldn't send a text to them. But then I'd have to wonder why you still have me in your contacts. But that's a secondary thing. But so step one, go through your phone contacts. Kyle did the numbers yesterday. It was crazy. If you send 2 text messages per day, that's going to be 14 a week and 52 a month. I believe that number's coming out right. I'm not good at math without my calculator these days. And it comes out to be like 600 and something a year. Okay. If you're sending 52 text messages per month, you're going to inevitably hire 2 people a month. Okay. The numbers it's just the numbers. Okay. So two agents a month is 25 a year. All right. And we all know, if you look at the top folks, you don't need 100 people. Is everybody going to stick around? No, we know that, but we can't decide that. They're the ones that decide it. And you're thinking about part time. So the step one is send a text. What does that text say? I put it in the chat feature. Go ahead and copy it. Are you open to additional income if it fits into your schedule? That's it. How simple is that? Do not change. Well, I don't like that question. I don't like the way it's worded. I don't care. Don't change it. It works. Okay. There's psychology around saying, are you open to additional income? Rather, are you interested in a part-time opportunity? Are you so forth? Are you just look, guy built a $6 million agency in 1 year. Why would you want to change it? Don't change it. Okay. Copy the text, send it out. Now, you may want it to, depending on who it is and how close they are to you, you may want to warm up a little bit. Hey, so-and-so, how you doing? How's the family? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever the warm up is, the rapport, start the communication, then send the text. I didn't do that. I didn't hear that part on the first call. I just said, I did say the only addition I add is, hey, so-and-so, it's Jeremiah. Hope you're doing well. Here's the question. Okay. I received, last week, I sent 78 text messages. I did it all at once. I won't do 2 today. I'm doing them all at once. Many of them I have not got a response. I'm gonna venture to say most of it's because of, it's been several years since I've spoken. Either phone numbers are not wrong, I had the wrong. It's, whatever the case is. That's why we have Facebook Messenger. That's why we have LinkedIn. There's so many opportunities that we got people some contacts with. But out of that, I received back, I think 17 responses, and 16 of them said, of course, always open, yes, possibly, maybe. It was, I received 2, basically, no, I'm too busy as it is, or whatever, and you're going to get some of that. So the moral of the story is, out of the response I got, 95% of it said yes, and it's because the way the question is worded. Then what is the second step? They say yes. The second step is send them a link to our video. There's a little 5-minute video. If you're wanting to build a team, or if you just want to be a professional and look professional, get yourself an Owner Circle website. It's $35 a month. it comes with like 5 different email addresses. So it's different than putting at gmail.com on your business card. I just changed my URL recently. It's SFG Nolen Agency. Okay. So that's more professional for that purpose with clients, right? You have your own website. It's a Symmetry cloned website. That's all it is. But it's got your contact information on it, your picture. If they request a quote, it comes directly to you. The owners are going to be building it out even more for recruiting purposes. So I encourage you to get on there and get that added to your toolkit. All right, or separately, either way. But it's so if you don't have one, get one. If you don't want to get one for whatever reason, that's fine too. I would encourage you to just get with your agency owner or key leader, mentor, whomever above you, and you can use theirs, or you could use the corporate. That's fine. And so it's sfglife.com/work-with-symmetry. All one word. I'll try to get that in the chat here in a moment too. It's got a little 5-minute video. You've probably all seen it before. It's the little cartoon video, basically talking about the business and Casey and Brandon and how they started and all that. So it's called the sizzle. It's a sizzle. Get some interested. So you send the video. I would encourage you to go ahead and ask for their email address, and then the process that they follow, and I think would work well, is you're going to give that a name and email to your agency owner or mentor. Let them send out the email. That there's an email that we can get, and it's got several videos that really just basically there should be no questions at that point. The people who watch the video, all these videos, even to the point of seeing exactly what we do. There's a Sarah Pappas video, her doing some phone work or mock phone work, and the in-home presentation. There's a corporate overview video. There's a culture video, and then a link to the website. So it's giving them all the information so that we're talking to the people that are interested. So step 1, send a text message, do a little warm up. Are you open to additional income if it fits in your schedule? Step 2 is if they say yes, send them the link to the video, the website that we just discussed, get their email address, have your agency owner send out an email. And they're going to send out an email that's going to say, Symmetry Financial Group information per your name, and you're going to be copied on it. Because what we're going to do is step 3 is to set up a 3-way call. Okay, with if it's on my team, I would be 3-way call. You'd be listening. What does that 3-way call sound like? You're going to edify your upline, right? This guy's an expert, knows what he's doing. He's been here a while, very successful. I want you to talk to him, so whatever, so forth. And then we would be doing the same thing. Hey, I'm looking, for example, Stella, she's been here, several months, whatever the case is, doing a great job. Really appreciate it. Where are you from? How do y'all know each other? Kind of a little warm up, and it's just basically answering a few questions and deciding whether or not we need to get them in licensing or send them a contract if they're already licensed. So, as I mentioned last week, I got back. I sent 15 emails. I've already sent 1 contract with a peer of mine that when I used to work in the bank. She's ready. She's sick and tired of being sick and tired. Just like I was. People take longer. Timing's everything. You may look at their fake book. That's what people call Facebook. Their fake book of their life. Everybody posts the highlight reel. It's a highlight reel, right? Just that don't mean anything. It don't mean that they're happy with their job. It don't mean that they're already looking. She specifically told me she had put her resume out there for the first time in 7 years or something, because it was just time. So and then the 3-way call, we're going to take care of it and handle it, make it very simple on you. and just very, very, very easy. So, some of the numbers, just think about this. Here's the thing. There's a lot of people that just want some extra income, especially around the holidays right now. Somebody can go out and make 5,000, sell one policy a week. Let's just think if you had 3 people on your team that just goes out and writes one policy a week. Okay. That's going to be $4,000 in APV. That's going to be 12,000 total per month, right? First of all, you're already getting bumped up because of that onto the commission level, depending on I'm assuming you're brand new, but let's just say you've got a 10% spread on that. Well, that's $1,200. That's basically pays for your leads as a full-time agent, and then some if you're still part-time, right? Plus, it's helping you build a lighter. Plus, you're going to find some folks that, hey, this thing works part-time. What if I do it full-time? You never know. The number one producer in this company is yet to be hired. I'll say that again. The number one producer this company will ever have has yet to be hired. Okay. So there's been so many teams that we do a great job. We have been the cold market recruiting king of the world for the past few years with the Pogue hierarchy and everything. So if we can combine our skill set with cold market and with the warm market, then I mean, we're going to, everybody on this line, everybody, I don't care again how new you are, if you're on this line, then you have the ability to become an agency owner in less than a year, in 11 months. Scott Mank does his Wednesday call about build your business in 11 months. That's how quickly you can do it. And if you start this process today, just minimum 2 texts. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to be similar to me. You're not going to stop at 2, but if you just do, everybody on here can send 2 text messages a day. You're going to be hiring folks. You're going to be getting 2 more people added to your team a month. And you're going to be able to build this thing. You only need to become an agency owner. You need 11 riders. 11 riders doing 50,000. There's absolutely no way, if everybody just follows that approach, does it correctly, don't try to change things on it, you can be an agency owner in 11 months. There's no doubt in my mind. Okay. If you send the information, you just want to follow up about 2 days later, 48 hours. Hey, so-and-so, do you have a chance to check out information? Is everybody you send the information to going to want to join? No. But the one thing is, you're planting seeds. Maybe it's not now. Maybe they tell you, no, I'm not interested right now, or whatever. This is not really good in my field, or whatever. It's okay. We don't need to hire everybody. If, like I just said, if you send 52 text messages, we're only expecting you to hire two a month. Right? But just, and again, everybody on here, I want you to go back and listen to that call. I posted in the chat feature. Okay. You can fast forward 30 minutes in if you don't want to hear the announcements and leaderboards. But he made a statement that if they say no, or not yet, or whatever the case is, do I have your permission to keep you informed? Do I have permission to keep you informed in the future? Just get they're okay to that, and then put them in a file, put them in your mental note to follow up with them in 3 months, 6 months, whatever the case is, right? Because this company is growing at such a substantial rate that you want to be able to have a follow up on that. Chris, I think that's all I got. If you want to, if there's anything that I'm leaving out, if you want to. Oh yeah, I'm glad you just seen that. Stella asked me about the redirect. If y'all were on that call, you heard about the redirect. All that is, don't get worked up. You don't have to go and do that. But all that is I went. Kyle Kimbrell got a URL, $12 a year. I use Google domains. Okay, it's $12 a year, and I was able to do it on my phone and then get the redirect on my phone, sitting in bed at night. But he did a website called symmetry.income.com, and all that does is just make a shortened. It's essentially just a shortened URL, and it will direct them to his owner circle page. Okay, and that just makes it simpler. It's a little bit easier to text. It's easier to put on a business card. So he mentioned he does most of his warm market recruiting now just with a 3-foot rule. You know, people in a grocery store, people in a restaurant or service business or whatever the case is. Hey, just compliment them, give them a compliment. Hey, you look like you're a great people person, or you like to, you know, your hustle or whatever the compliment is. Just compliment them, and then ask him, hey, I think you would be great in my business. Are you open to additional income if it fits in your schedule? And he made little business cards, and I've got the same ones already being shipped. Just plain business card. They got the Symmetry logo on it and the SFG logo and my URL. I did sfgincome.com. And so all it is, you hand them the card, because if they go to the website, that's what you want. You want them to go to the website to see the 5-minute sizzle video. But on your website, it has your phone number, and they can contact you via email, and it's got all the information on it. So that's your business card, you know, for recruiting. Obviously, you're not going to use that for clients. Now you would do that if you're recruiting, and you guys should be recruiting in the home. If you're sitting down with a family and they're sharp, the house is not, you know, in a wreck, and, you know, and they seem like, you know, they're say, you know, ask them something. You got a good personality. You know what they do for work, right? You got a good personality. Are you open additional income if it fit in your schedule? Give them that little recruiting card. Send them to the website. You know, it's just we gotta quit being secret agents. This opportunity is too good. Right now is the time to be growing our distribution. And so, yeah, and everything. So, Chris, that's what I got, buddy. You got any questions or anything I may have left out or any?
No, that's great. I mean, you covered it pretty well. I just threw up. I bought a redirect myself. I threw it up there, and guys, just so you can see what it looked like, just so you can see what the work with Symmetry video looked like, and it's really a pretty slick little video that they put together on the recruiting site. So check that out. Again, don't use that unless you don't have a video or your mentor doesn't have a video. Always check with your upline, because a lot of our leaders have their own owner circle video. So you'll want to use that. And the reason being is because if somebody were to go there, a prospect were to go there, and they liked what they saw, and there's a tab there that says contact us, well, if they do that, they're going to be contacting me, not you or not your upline. So we'll obviously do everything we can. We will redirect it back to you, but it's going to take us a little bit of time to figure out where all these people are coming from if you all gave that link out. So again, just put the link up there so you guys can see what that looked like. And this, you know, guys, this is so exciting. Think about it. Jeremiah made a great point. You know, what if you had somebody that just, you know, you had 10% override and issue paid, you know, 10 grand or 12 grand, you know, that's an extra $1,000, $1,200 a month. What if you got a Kyle Kimbrell that did $6 million in a year, and let's just say you had a 5% override on $6 million. Guys, you understand that's a $300,000 passive income off of one hire? I mean, that's just, you know, that's mind-boggling. Those numbers are phenomenal. And so, you know, this system allows you the opportunity to go out and find those champions. Now, you don't know who they are. That's why it's important. Jeremiah, you made a great point. Don't be looking through your contact list and judging who you're going to send it to, who you're not going to send it to. You need to send it out and let people find out if this is going to be for them or not. And then,
Chris, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Kyle Kimbrell made a statement here. Okay, amateurs talk more to less people. professionals talk less to more people. Let the system, let the videos, let that do the talking. Because all we're doing is sorting the not interested to the interested. It's the same thing as we do with calling our leads. You're just sorting the folks that are not interested to the interested, and then having conversations with those that are interested. So don't judge a book by the cover. Just send the text. Out of the 100+ messages I've sent, out of the responses that I've gotten, I've only had a handful say they're not interested. Everybody else says, yes, of course, what you got, things of that nature. So just massive action. The same thing, like if we got a new agent, so that's cold market, I'm thinking of some of the agents on my team that are cold market. Well, this is a way for us to get into their warm market. Therefore they're getting in their warm market. We're all building our businesses, and we do it. It's free, and it takes very little time. It's a text message and an email, and then a 3-way call for those people who have interest. I'm thinking about. I'm looking at Jon Paul's pretty face right now because he's over there coughing the lung up or something. Well, how did he get to
It's
late
allergies, man. It's allergies.
in 11 months? It's because he was recruiting his warm market before he even got licensed, right? So, yeah. Anyway, that's that. I wanted to bring that up, Chris, because I almost forgot. It's just share the opportunity. I got a text about from one of my agents asking about the redirect. You do not have to have a redirect website. That is just to make it a little bit easier. It's a much simpler URL to text and or put on a business card. It's not, don't get worked up on that. But at this point, I've got about 10 websites, so that's why I got there now.
Well, and ultimately, Jeremiah, to your point, the redirect. I mean, if you're sending somebody a link to your website, all they have to do is click on the link anyway. So if it doesn't matter if it's a link that fills the entire text script page, as long as the link works, that's fine. So the redirect, again, is kind of more for purposes of marketing, keeping it short, put it on a business card, all that stuff like that. But if you're texting out a direct link, that's not going to be an issue anyway. So don't sweat that stuff. And if you guys go out and buy an agency owner circle website, set that up for yourself, or you have done that already. Don't, like I said, if you want to do the redirect, great. If not, don't worry about it, because as long as they have the link, it works. So, and the thing that that Kyle said yesterday, and I think he said it again on Miranda's page, but he was talking about when he came on. And think about it, he was 20 years with another company. I mean, by all outward appearances, he was highly successful and quote unquote comfortable where he was at. But they were actually looking. Nobody would have known that. And it just so happened somebody sent him information, and it just happened to be the right timing. Like Jeremiah said, the lady that he contacted, she had just started putting her resume out. Again, you look on Facebook and everybody's, posting the pictures of work and, all the accolades and stuff that they're getting, but you don't know until you ask. And I love this question. Are you open to additional income if it fits in your schedule? Most people are open to additional income. I mean, it's just so simple. And guys, that's what's exciting about this is a simple 3-step process to go out and recruit people. Jon Paul, were you wanting to jump on? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so, and apologies, my allergies are getting the best of me the last couple of days, so I do apologize in advance. But no, I appreciate the kind words, Jeremiah, but, and so the point I was going to make in that, right, is I was recruiting warm market before I actually even, had my license and I ran my first appointment, right? So, some of the guys that I ran circles with, at Brinks and in, at Cox and, in my past lives, I was able to reach out to some of those folks, and I'm going to share with you a true story. Right now, today, there's a gentleman on this call, Mr. James McKeon, who was a President Circle level performer in sales at Brinks in his own right. He's still there with ADT. And I actually reached out to him back when I first found the opportunity last summer. And just like you said, reaching out to Warm Market, hey, how you doing? Hey, this is what I found, and at the time, he was honest. He said, hey, I've got too much on my plate. Things are going really well here. I don't know that I can focus on other things right now, but I appreciate it. Keep me in the loop. And over the last year, or so, I occasionally I'll reach out to him. I'll actually take a screenshot of the leaderboards and all my guys that are still back over there that want to think about it. I shoot a picture of my leaderboards and my numbers and my production every month to some of these guys. And lo and behold, a couple of weeks back, maybe 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, at the beginning of this month, I reached back out and I shot a text message to James McKeon again and a couple of my other guys. And I was able to reconnect with 3 of those individuals, 2 in Houston, 1 in California. And James is actually on this call today. And he's currently studying for his license and preparing to take his test here in the next week or so, and is going to work with me on a transition / part-time strategy for him to get into the mix here with what we're doing and see what the future holds for him. But I'm extremely excited about him, joining the team. And the point was, when I reached back out to him a couple of weeks ago, as we all know, we've all experienced in the corporate world, 1 month or 1 year, you're all high on the hog. You cat's meow and it's rolling and you're doing great. And you're not even thinking about looking for something else. And all of a sudden you get a new boss, something changes, they change the comp plan, they do a reorganization, they do a realignment, they take away territory. Now all of a sudden things change, and your perspective is different, right? And all of a sudden, you may be more open to an opportunity. And again, James, I know you're on the call. You feel free to comment or chime in. But things had changed for James, and I'm very excited about what the future holds for him, and pumped that he's on the squad now. And James, you on the call with me, buddy? He's on the phone, so I don't know if he can unmute himself.
Yeah, looks like it's.
Yeah, he wasn't able to join the video, so no worries. But I know you can hear me, James. But the point is, don't give up on folks, even people that you've communicated with from a past life or folks that you reached out to, originally. Stay in contact with them if you feel they have a high propensity for success. And he just texted me right now. So, but for folks that have a high propensity for success or people that you're close with, things change and things are different. And this opportunity is no different today than it was for me a year ago or Chris or anybody else. And to Jeremiah's point, the top performer, whoever is going to break all the records for symmetry that are currently on the books, hasn't even been hired yet. That's a true story. Imagine if it's you that hires that person, right? It's a game changer, So the point is, stay in contact with these folks. Don't be ashamed or afraid, to reach out to people and let them know what you do. Because some people are looking for a part-time opportunity, and that's okay. We don't need all full-time folks. Folks that'll happen full-time will naturally evolve into that if that's what's meant to be. But I'll take a squad full of part-time people that are writing $2,000-3,000 a month, part-time while they're transitioning or they've got their regular job or other family obligations. Because in among that mix, I'm going to find people that are going to be top performers, key leaders, and that want to become agency owners. It takes a mix of all of those for you to have a successful organization. So anyway, I just want to kind of chime in on that because it was ironic that we're talking about that warm market, reaching out to folks. And I had a real true story in a gentleman who's on our call today, who's from my warm market that I reached out to literally over a year ago, about 15, 16 months ago when I first started, and timing just wasn't right for him. Now his eyes are wide open, and I'm very excited about him joining the team. So I know you can hear me, James. I'm stoked for you, brother.
Yeah, awesome. Great. Yeah, that's a great story. And guys, one of the things that I'm going to do is, with this process is so simple. Anybody can do it. I mean, there's no learning curve on this. And if you open up your chat feature, you'll see steps 1 through 3 right there. Go ahead, copy those steps. Just do copy paste in a Word document. Make sure you have those. Now, if you have questions on some of the details, the follow-up email, stuff like that, again, you'll see that we'll help with sending some of that follow-up stuff, and we'll help with the logistics of setting up the three-way calls. But what I'm going to do, guys, I want to put a contest out on this. I'm going to put a contest out for people to reach out to Warm Market, to start inviting people to take a look at this opportunity. And the beautiful thing about this is I don't care if you've been around here for a while. I don't care if you're brand new, you just got licensed. I don't care if you are somebody who's just jumping on the call and you're studying for your license. You haven't even got started yet. You all have an equal opportunity. So a lot of times our contests in the past are based on production and hitting certain numbers. This is literally open for everybody, guys. This contest is going to be based on this 3-step process. And Lori, note here, I sent you an email earlier. We're going to make sure that this is on steps 1 and 2. I'm going to actually make this a little bit easier for everybody to really earn some serious lead credit. You complete steps 1 and 2, guys. Here's the contest. For every 2 steps of the 3 steps that you send out, you're going to earn a $5 lead credit. Okay. So max credit, $250. That's where we're gonna cap it off, because some of you might have 1,000 Facebook friends, and I don't want to go broke on this thing. So no, I'm just joking. We'll come up with the money. We'll find a way to pay out the contest. But right now we're going to do max credit 250. So guys, that's 50 invites. 50 invites. If you get through step 1 and they say, yeah, I want to learn more, and we get to send them step 2, you just qualify for a $5 lead credit.